Here's how to set up perfect targeting for your TikTok ad campaigns. Hi guys, my name is Alyssa. I'm the founder and CEO of Sailaway Media. I'm a paid social specialist and I love creating TikTok ads. It's been one of my favorite platforms to run ads on in the past couple of years. Today I'm going to show you a deep dive into all the different targeting options that they have on the platform and which ones you should choose for your campaigns. Let's get into it. All right, so first I'm gonna just set up a dummy campaign here. I'm gonna choose lead gen as my campaign objective. I'm gonna click continue. And now from here, once I get to my ad group, this is where it prompts you to select your targeting. So guys, for example, let's say I am running a TikTok ad for my own services. So I'm offering marketing advertising services. I'm trying to target business owners. I'm gonna walk you through what I would typically start with if I was testing different audiences. So on TikTok, you have to go more broad than you would on Meta advertising. Audiences just need to be a little bit bigger for them to feed out. So you do want to go broad with your targeting. With that being said, you can certainly utilize different interests to get the right kinds of people seeing your ads. I love broad targeting. I think it works really well when you're trying to drive in low-cost leads or sales, but I don't always see it work best. Sometimes you do need to use like old school interest targeting to get the best results. So if I'm launching a campaign from scratch, typically I like to start off with hashtag targeting. So that's something I really love about TikTok ads is that you can target based on what hashtags people are watching. So let's say that I am a salesperson. I love watching videos about sales. A lot of the videos that I watch when I'm on TikTok might be using hashtag sales. So if I want to target people who are interested in sales, I could use that hashtag, people who are watching videos that have that hashtag in them. So when you see demographics, the first thing that it prompts you to choose is your location. You can get pretty narrow with locations. TikTok is a little bit more limited than Facebook is, but they do offer DMAs if you're trying to just target local areas. And they also offer zip codes as an option. So you could technically just upload a bunch of zip codes if you're trying to find a specific area. Let's say I was trying to target like New York. I could type in New York and you can see here, I can do the state or I can do the DMA of New York. For my example, I'm gonna do all of the US. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that. After the location, it prompts you to select age. So I'm gonna go ahead and do people who are 25 plus for my services. You can also customize the gender. You can customize languages. I would typically stay away from languages. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless for some reason you are targeting people that maybe like only speak Spanish or speak a language other than English. All right, so spending power, leave that alone. For audiences, this is where you can choose who you're gonna include here. So if you have any audiences built out, and I'll show you that after, is how to build out custom audiences. That's where you would pop those into. But if we're doing cold traffic or interest-based, it's gonna be here, interest and behaviors. So I'm gonna search here. Let's say I wanted to do that like sales hashtag. I'm gonna type in hashtag sales. And I have all these options here. When I hover over them, it shows me my potential audience size. So like I said, it's gotta be a little bit bigger than it is on Meta. So sales comm, that's pretty niche. That's 1 to 2,000. Honestly, it's not gonna do much. Sales humor, that might be a little bit bigger. So that looks like it's 79,000. I'll go ahead and pop that in there. Sales tips, that's probably a little larger as well. Yep, that's in the million range. So I'm gonna put that in there for sure. But you can see here, it shows me my available audience is still narrow. So it needs to be a little bit bigger. Hashtag sales will probably be my most broad option. So I'm gonna include that. And now I have a nicer size audience of 3 to 4 million. You can certainly do things to narrow this more, but I personally wouldn't. And then it asks you to select your budget next. So let's say I test that, I find that it's working really well, I can stick with that. I can test alternative hashtags. If you wanted to test interest, similar to how you can on Facebook, you can also search that here. So I could type in sales, and that probably that's an interest that I can select here too. You can also go through here and just look at the different options if you're not sure who you want to target and maybe just get some ideas here. They also have a great option to do creator interaction. So any like big creators on the platform, I can choose like their specific niches and select those. They also have video interactions, a style of videos that people are watching, and then of course purchase intent, which is a newer feature where you can kind of select people based on what kind of products that they're more likely to purchase. This is probably all you need to know for cold traffic targeting. Now I'm gonna show you different custom audience options that TikTok has for warm traffic targeting. So if you hover over tools in your ads manager and you go over to audience manager, I'm gonna click exit here. This is where you can build out any custom audiences. Custom audiences would be used for retargeting typically, like if you wanted to show your ads to anybody who visited your website or anybody who watched your videos on TikTok. You can also use this to create lookalike audiences. So those are the two options you have here. A lookalike audience is when you take one of your custom audiences, so maybe people who visited your website, and then you tell TikTok to go find people who are similar to those people. So it's actually cold targeting based off of your warm audiences. To get custom audiences to feed out in TikTok, they need to be fairly large. They can't be super small. So don't create a custom audience if you're not getting a lot of traffic to your page or your site. I would only do this if you have a lot of traffic to work with. So I'm gonna click create custom audience. Now you can see there's all of these options here. I can upload a customer file. I can do engagement and create audiences off of people who interacted with my page. I can use the TikTok pixel on my website to create audiences off of that. So let's say I want to do website traffic. I'll click that. Now it allows me to customize all the options. So I can click anybody who viewed my page in the past 30 days, and then I would name it. I can change that if I want it to be a little bit longer or a little bit shorter, and click confirm, and then it will build out your audiences. TikTok audiences do take a little bit longer to create, so you have to wait before you can use them, but not super long. I mean, yeah, if you're getting started, I would definitely focus on just testing those broad audiences, hashtags, interests, broad, and then once you have that traffic built up, you can do some of those lower in the funnel audiences like website views, video views, and then create a full funnel strategy from here. Listen guys, I know that it's a lot. TikTok advertising can be a little confusing. So if you need any help, feel free to reach out to me directly, and make sure you follow along for more videos on advertising and marketing in general.